Hello HEB ISD and welcome to this year's Convocation. My name is Kari Weaver. I'm the art teacher at Shady Oaks Elementary and I'm proud to represent you as Elementary Teacher of the Year. My story begins with two very loving and supportive parents. They were both artists themselves and encouraged my involvement in the arts. When we moved to Texas in the 4th grade, they made sure to find a district that knew the value of the performing and visual arts. Of course, the best district for that was our very own HEB ISD. And as a young student, I made sure to enroll in choir, band, and of course, art class. Now, I wouldn't be here sitting in front of you today if it weren't for several HEB teachers that left a lasting impression on me. Please indulge me as I celebrate several of these teachers. Our first is our very own Angie Smith, who taught at the time at Bedford Junior High. She was a fun and bubbly art teacher that really loved her craft. You could tell that she was passionate about teaching art by the sheer energy that she radiated. To this day, she has the energy of about 10 people wrapped into one and always has a smile on her face. Angie Smith paid special attention to me and made me feel like I mattered. She was the first to develop my talent as an artist and encourage me to pursue my art. I still treasure the art that I made in her class, and I just wanted to take the time to say thank you, Angie, for sharing your passion with me. I hope that my students can see me as passionate about art as that I saw you. The second influential teacher I'd like to talk about was Mr. Jeremy Earnhardt. He was the head of the LD Bell Marching Band, and he was my favorite teacher because he had the uncanny ability to never take himself too seriously, yet at the same time command your full respect. In band class, he made us laugh, but he also taught us to believe in ourselves. He pushed us to achieve our full potential, and under his instruction, I became a part of something that was much bigger than myself. Mr. Earnhardt taught us to take pride in what we did and constantly told us, "Don't forget to be awesome." I have a sign in my classroom that reminds my students and myself to be awesome. So thank you, Mr. Earnhardt, for the awesome music experience. The last teacher that made a huge impact on me was my mentor teacher, our very own Kari Chatfield, art teacher at Bedford Heights. As we met, I was student teaching and we instantly connected. She quickly became my biggest cheerleader as she gracefully ushered me into the world of teaching. She believed in me even before I believed in myself. And what a beautiful profession that we are a part of. Instead of competing with each other, we take the time to support and lift each other up. I would not be here without her wise words and constant support. Even as I prepared this speech, I called her at least 10 times for advice. So thank you, Kari, for constantly inspiring me and leading by example. I share with you these experiences because they are what make up my teacher DNA. The inner band geek, the shy art student, the new teacher, all these experiences are what helped me grow into a lifelong learner. I owe much gratitude and thanks to those teachers I named, and many that went unmentioned. Your influence has inspired me to do great things. People come into the teaching profession in many different ways. I was actually incredibly intimidated by the idea of joining the profession after college. Instead, I enjoyed working with youth groups, in retail, and after obtaining my master's degree, worked in several prestigious art museums, but deep down I knew there was something missing. Finally, I had to stop and listen to my heart and realize that I was being called by a higher power to use my gifts as an educator. My past experiences were necessary to help develop and mold me into the teacher that I am today. I believe we are all here because we are called to teach. It takes a tremendous person to take on the role of educator, and not one of us should take this role lightly. I'm proud to be among the ranks of HEB ISD for many reasons, but most importantly because this district believes in teaching the whole child. In neighboring communities, my job as elementary art teacher wouldn't even exist. Our district understands and celebrates the importance of music, theater, band, and art. Our students have the opportunity in elementary to discover their talents in art for the entire year, not just every other Friday. Our students in junior high and high school dive deeper into the art journey with more complex materials and a wider range of projects. Students that might not find success in general classrooms or socially fit in can find a home and success in the visual and performing arts. It's been proven that these opportunities can decrease dropout rates and raise student achievement. The visual and performing programs have been proven to be a form of inspiration which can change a student's outlook on education altogether. In my classroom, I strive to develop my students' imagination and foster creative growth. My goal is to open their eyes to appreciate the wonders of art history, cultural differences, and master artists. We discover math, science, and history, and its ever-present connection to art. Here, they become explorers, inventors, investigators, scholars, and of course, artists. From the start of my teaching career, I made sure that my students knew that I believed in them and their abilities to achieve. My greatest hope is that they will learn to believe in themselves as well. For the past 2 years, I've initiated a celebration called International Dot Day. It's an actual event inspired by author-artist Peter Reynolds and his book called The Dot. The story starts off with a young artist, Vashti, who doesn't believe that she can achieve in the art room. She rather roughly stabs her paper with her paintbrush when asked to paint by her teacher. Her teacher looks at it and says, now sign it. The next day, Vashti's dot is framed above the teacher's desk, validating her as an artist and also challenging her. Vashti sees this and believes that she can do much better than just a little dot, so she begins to make many different types of dots as a confident artist. In the end, she inspires another young student to make his mark. Make your mark and see where it takes you becomes the tagline of the book. Many students can relate to Vashti, believing that they are incapable of achieving. It takes a passionate, caring art teacher to pull that confidence out of their child. So as a reminder to myself and my students, we celebrate International Dot Day on September 15th. This holiday is celebrated around the world by other teachers and students who want to recognize the importance of making their mark. Here at Shady Oaks Elementary, we dress up in polka dots and homemade dot shirts. We also get together for dot-like activities. It's actually become quite a spectacle, but one that I'm incredibly proud of. Teachers ask their students how they will make their mark on their classroom, on their school, and on their community. On the surface, it's a silly event, but it's really meant to empower our students. I want them to know that with one little mark, they can change the outcome, and they can even change the world. So, my fellow art teachers, as we venture into this new school year, I would like you to take a moment to think about Vashti. She was brave enough to take a real stab at making her mark in this world. How will you make your mark on your students, on your school, and on your community? Remember that we need more Angie Smiths with high energy and passion. We need more Jeremy Earnhardts that remind us to be awesome. And we need more Kari Chatfields to support each other. And more importantly, we need people just like you, ready to embrace the new school year with open arms. This school year, I empower you to make your mark and see where it takes you. Happy new school year, HEB.
Make your mark and see where it takes you.